Okay, so today I'm going to be making scallopini, which is normally use veal schnitzel, but I don't have veal, so I've got pork, just thinly sliced pork. As you can see, it's nice and thinly sliced pork steaks. And I've got flour here, which is just plain flour that I've seasoned with paprika, pink salt, and garlic powder, and the rest is the plain flour. There's about half a teaspoon of each, and the flour is about 4 tablespoons. So I'm going to mix all that in a plastic bag, and then I'll put the meat in there and just very lightly coat the pork before I fry it. To that I'm going to be adding mushrooms and shallots or spring onions, and then finally that'll get topped with some just some plain cream, thickened cream I've got in the fridge. Just get that out. So we've just got here some thickened cream. Now I'm just going to top that off, and then I'll come back to you once I've started to get some other things together. Now this dish here, you can serve it with whatever you like. I'm going to be serving it with potatoes and some spinach and rocket on the side, because as you know, I like my veg. Okay, so at this point we've just lightly pan fried the meat that was seasoned in the flour, and I've just taken the meat out. Now most of the oil that was at the bottom of the pan was sort of absorbed up by some of that flour that we did the meat in. So and I only put enough olive oil just to very lightly coat the bottom of the frying pan. Then all I've done was just put the mushrooms in, no extra oil, no extra seasoning, because remember the meat is fairly well seasoned, and once the shallots and the onions are cooked, I'll reintroduce the meat and then I'll put the cream in, but not until all my other vegetables are nearly ready, because it's only very quick to put all together. And once I taste it, once the cream has come to boil and I taste it, if it needs more seasoning, I'll add it then. But at this stage, don't need to add any more seasoning. Okay, I'll come back then. Okay, now at this stage where we can start to see we've got some colour on the mushrooms. There. We've got some colour on the mushrooms. Some of them are starting to go a little bit more brown. I've just put in the shallots, and that was 3 shallots because I like a lot of shallots in there. It gives it a nice flavour. You can see some of the mushrooms are. Okay, so I've sauteed the mushrooms with the shallots, seasoned the flour, and dunked the meat in it, and then just very lightly pan fried it. I only did like 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes on each side because it's very thin. And now I've got my spinach and rocket just sauteing in a pan with just a tablespoon of olive oil, and only the moisture is just from washing the spinach and the rocket. Drained it. I put a pinch of salt and I put a little bit of garlic powder in there. So I'll come back when I put my scallopini together. Okay, so I've finished cooking my spinach and rocket, which I've got that in here now. Just keeping that warm here, some foil over it. And I've got the mushroom and shallots. I'm just about to put the cream. Now the cream that I'm using is the thickened cream, and it's about 400 mils. Just put that over. Just turn that down a little. And then I'm going to reintroduce my meat. I'm going to put that in straight into the cream mix. Now because this was fried with that very lightly seasoned flour, it'll help thicken everything up. So don't worry about if it looks a little bit watery now, it will thicken up. So just give it a little swish around. Just bury it all underneath there. If you have extra cream, you can put a little bit, which I might do. I've got another full thing of cream in the fridge. I might put a little bit more. So that it's all coated. And I'll come back once I've put just a touch more cream in there. Okay, so I've added some more cream. So altogether it would have been roughly 1.5 cups of cream, which I think that equates to 500 mils of cream, close to 600 mils of cream. And it is just very lightly simmering. You can see there's a few bubbles coming up. I'll just turn it down a bit. On my stove it's on number 4 at the moment, which is a sort of medium heat. I might turn it down just a touch more. And it just let that simmer away for about 5 minutes or so, until the sauce has thickened up a little bit more. And then I'll get a spoon and just taste for seasoning and just see if it needs any more seasoning. Now this can be served, like I said before, you can serve it with whatever you like. You can serve it over rice, you can serve it over some nice wide pasta like pappardelle, or very wide pasta. But I'm going to serve it with mashed potato and some veggies on the side. Okay, I'll come back when I plate up. And there we have it, my interpretation of veal scallopini, except pork scallopini. There's a little lot leftovers. Sauce has nicely thickened up, as you can see. It's quite thick. And it's very tasty. I did season it a little bit more with some salt. I've got the mashed potato underneath, and that's the spinach and rocket cooked with a little bit of olive oil, pinch of salt and some garlic powder.